The video game industry moves fast, but we move faster. This is the Turbo Button Show with Darien and Jacob.
Hello guys, and welcome to the Turbo Button Show for June 7th, 2017. I'm joined with Jason today.
Hello.
Not Jacob, because Jacob's not very good for this subject. We're going to be talking 3 newly announced 3DS RPGs.
And you said just like not even a couple hours ago?
Yeah, just a couple hours ago. Yeah. It's all Atlus.
Which is my area.
And they're pretty exciting if you're a big RPG fan, because we got, we'll just go diving right into the titles. We have Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey Redux. I hate it when they put Redux on things. Is that putting things in, taking things out?
Right. It's the way it's been described and the way it looks is that it's going to be all the major parts of the Strange Journey series as one, with added story content and updated features.
That sounds pretty good, and it'll be on the go. So
right.
We have Etrian Odyssey 5.
Yep.
Beyond the Myth, which I was going to buy the first Etrian Odyssey, but like those games are kind of expensive.
I can let you borrow it, but be nice to it. Etrian Odyssey, maze running game, really challenging in the vein of a lot of the other Atlus stuff. There's a lot of grinding to be done, just not in the way that you would have with Disgaea.
Right. Then we have Radiant Historia, Perfect Chronology. There we go.
Again, like Shin Megami, it's going to be one of those games that's all the major parts of the story with added story content and updated features. So basically, it seems like we're getting ports where it's going to be a combination of all the stories between the games put together.
That sounds pretty nice. But the thing is why the 3DS?
They still label it as a 3DS because it's what people know it as, but with their launch of the 2DS XL, where the 3DS games still play on it,
right?
Why would they just change it to a 2DS title then?
It's kind of odd with the Nintendo Switch, and thinking about the future. I know there's a huge install base. That's probably what they're shooting for, because I know Atlus like to release a lot of PSP games far into the Vita's lifespan.
Right.
So it's kind of a pattern that I'm seeing, and I mean, they're not ready to move on to the Switch yet, because that thing still has a pretty small install base.
Oh, what, 3 million-ish right now?
Yeah, that's still a lot, but it's not as large as would be, I'd say, suitable for selling RPGs. Because
well, I mean, we're getting Disgaea 5 complete coming up, so
that's going to be a pretty good title, I think. Right. Not down my alley, but
right. But no, these games are huge. This late in, say, the 3DS lifespan, RPGs will start tapering off, because we don't know how much longer that system's actually going to last.
Yeah, I'm going to give it till 2020 for third party.
Right.
But I would say probably 2018 might be when Nintendo's going to kind of slow down, and they're going to focus more on Switch. Not saying that Nintendo won't publish something in, say, 2021.
Right.
It's really weird thinking about the 2020s. Like, whoa.
Right, but what the on-the-go is changing, and that's where the Switch comes in, because then you can play your major games on a big screen, or you can't do that with the DS. So
right, the price point of these, you're not going to be thinking, are these going to be $60? Are they going to be $50? Are they going to be $40?
These are going to be $40 to $50.
Yeah.
Right now, at least these 3, so.
But I would definitely snatch these up, because Atlus games do become very sought after, and the used market on these, holy crap, you're going to be fighting.
Etrian's probably going to be the weakest of them as far as price-wise goes. So
I have a feeling Shin Megami is going to be the one that everybody's going to want.
There's been 2 or 3 of them. The current ones don't hold their value, but over time, yeah, it's going to definitely get up there. So
It's a little bit goofy because I recently bought a PS2 version of Persona 4, and that one was a little pricey for a PS2 game compared to when it was the time period when all those games were a little bit cheaper. Now the PS2 games are getting kind of expensive, but I mean, RPGs always fetch a good price, but these look like they're going to be pretty solid from the different trailers.
Right. Right now, the only trailer out there is the Radiant Historia one, and graphically, it definitely looks like they've smoothed a lot over.
Yeah, definitely Atlus knows their way around the 3DS hardware, and I don't think anybody should be too afraid to pick these up.
And especially since they've taken on full development themselves. Atlus is no longer just a distributor for other companies.
Right.
They're actually a full-blown development studio again, so...
That's kind of their pattern too, right?
Right.
They just kind of, early on, they just say, okay, you know how to develop, you do this for us.
Yep.
It's pretty nice, and I just hope that these games do well.
Again, the weakest one that's probably going to sell the least amount of units is going to be the Etrian Odyssey.
That's for all the waifu lovers, to be honest.
Etrian Odyssey is one of those series that a lot of people have picked it up, but it's not in comparison to Radiant or Shin Megami.
Right.
So Etrian, even though the prices are lower right now, has the potential to spike even greater than the other two.
They've got that very old school feeling to them, those old dungeon crawlers.
Well, so with those of you who don't know Etrian Odyssey, the bottom screen allows you to draw the walls of your map as you uncover parts of the map. So you're not given the full map right away. If there's a door, you can put a door there. Secret passage, there's a node for that. You can put notes on it. You have to harvest wood and like flowers and things like that for certain armor or gear or money. There's certain quests you go on, but it does not hold your hand. Those quests, you have to figure out what floor it is on by the description.
So I think that it's time for us to wrap up. So final thoughts?
All three of these games are going to be ones that you'll probably want to play if you haven't touched either one of these series. Etrian Odyssey, this is going to be probably your cheapest entry into it. Maybe the second. So.
Right. My final thought on this is I'm not a big 3DS person anymore. I don't see myself picking these up, but they'll be a good option for people who are on a tight budget and only have a 3DS. And
right.
The Switch is still out of reach for many.
And as per normal, I'm probably going to buy these and they're just going to stay sealed.
Who knows? Maybe someday you'll just decide I'll crack it open.
My midlife crisis is going to be opening games I haven't opened.
You open a $180 game and it drops its price down to like 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like, what is my problem? Sell them all and get yourself a sports car.
Yeah.
That'll be a midlife crisis to really live through. Holy crap.
Yeah.
But if you like this episode, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell so you can get all of our upcoming videos and stuff.
Every day, Monday through Friday. I'm not always here, but I'm always willing to do it.
Oh, yeah. He knows his stuff. And if you want to support this episode or this show, Gaming Buzz, you can buy merchandise from www.gamingbuzz.com/shop. So you're not naked. I don't have Jacob telling me no. And what do you think about this episode? Just leave us a comment. Thanks for watching.
New episodes and other content can be found on turbobuttonshow.com. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.